everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of
Get School. Obviously, we've been out of practice for so long.
Very Out of Practice. I'm Georgia.
And I'm Liz.
And for those of you that are new here, Liz and I just kind of talk about all things school related and sometimes about our personal lives because who doesn't like to know about our personal lives?
Exactly.
So we haven't filmed in like 5 months.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think
Yeah.
over the summer.
Hashtag COVID.
Right.
But we did want to update you on what has changed since the last time that we filmed. And Liz doesn't know that I'm going to bring this up, but for those of you that do not follow Liz, Liz recently went viral on TikTok for saying macchiato wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure someone has seen it on here, but we learned from our mistakes and it was a good learning experience. And for those that always ask, I had a brain fart and I don't know. I also don't order them at Starbucks. I get lattes. So I don't know what happened in that moment. I'm very embarrassed.
My favorite thing was though, like I watched the video and there was, I think right around like 1 million views because it happened so fast. And I was scrolling through the comment section dying of laughter because somebody said, please put Machado on a t-shirt. And I was literally like, I would buy it.
You would buy it, yeah.
100%. Are you kidding? Literally, I think I've watched your video at least 100 times, if not more. And today I was showing my mom and you hit 3 million.
I did hit 3 million this morning. It's crazy. And then like any other video that I post, because my channel's been like cooking and like DIY stuff, because that's what I have been keeping myself occupied with during COVID. And people are like, we don't want to see this. Where's the calendars?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen after December 24th? I mean, I've learned so much on TikTok between like my mispronunciation of words and how I have an accent and crazy.
I don't know if you saw, but somebody commented and said, can I please use your voice for my like TikTok post? Because the way that you express yourself in your TikToks is literally amazing. Like I'll never
But that's just how I am every day. And I'm like, okay.
But the way you said cheddar cheese, I literally watch that part all the time because I love it.
Oh God, I'm embarrassed.
You shouldn't be because it was amazing. And I look forward to seeing your advent calendar every day.
Day 6 is going to get posted soon.
See?
Got to keep them waiting.
You do.
What are you doing to keep yourself occupied?
Oh my goodness.
Non-teaching related.
Not teaching related, how I'm keeping myself occupied. Well, I feel like you're very inspiring because whenever I see your, Cappy kitchen and you cooking, I'm like, wow, I'm awful at cooking. I need to get better. So lately I've been cooking a lot more. I made elotes, which is like Mexican corn.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really good. I'm going to keep working to get better at it. Plus, I feel like it kind of helps pass the time when there's like not much to do, just like cooking and trying out new things.
Yeah.
Very addicted to Starbucks.
There you go. What do you order? I hope it's not a macchiato.
Usually I can't break the habit. I love the pumpkin cream cold brew with 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla because I drink it almost every day.
I've tried it with the vanilla.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, other than that, just like trying to like binge watch TV series. I made a gingerbread house yesterday. Just trying to keep busy.
There you go.
Yeah, it's getting cold to go outside, so not really going on walks anymore.
I know we got our first snow, I think it was last week.
It was snowing here today. I don't know if it's snowing out by you because we live kind of far from each other.
I don't know. I haven't looked. My window's closed.
But going back now to teaching, the last time we did this, we did not tell anyone that we were both getting moved to different positions. We did not tell anyone what those positions were.
Yeah, I think we said, hang tight, we'll tell you. And then
halfway through the school year,
we got into those positions and just never did. So,
Yeah.
well, if you follow us on social media on our Instagrams, you would see what we're up to and doing. So, what is your position that you took on this year?
So this year, I am the ELL teacher. So I work with students who speak, another language. And, obviously I speak Greek. So the one thing that I love is a lot of times my students know that I speak Greek. So they'll ask me how to say something in Greek and then they'll tell me in their native language. And a lot of the times they're kind of similar. So we get super excited.
I wish I spoke a different language. That's awesome that you have that connection. What do you work with, the specific grade or?
Yes. So I work with kindergarten and first grade.
Okay.
So I did get to move up with a lot of my kindergarten students from last year, which is awesome because I love being with them. And then, I mean, obviously, this year we started a hybrid model. So I actually had my own classroom with ELL students, which was kind of cool too. But I mean, we'll get into how school's going later on. But how about you?
Well, I got to loop from second to third grade with most of my class, not all of them. And I was very, very fortunate. And I found that, I was nervous at first. I love looping. I've done it once before from fifth to sixth, and it was very successful. And I found it so beneficial, especially being virtual this year, that they felt comfortable. I felt comfortable, and we just took the off with ground run and day one learning. So.
And I think that's actually really good because obviously you know exactly where your students left off, so you really got to work with them. And you didn't need as many introductions because you had already established a relationship with them in the last school year.
Absolutely. And I saw where they were last year in March when we ended and was able to kind of work at their level. So, yeah.
That's exciting. How do you feel that, actually, before we even talk about how COVID has made teaching different, right now, are you virtual? Are you in person, hybrid? What's going on with you?
I'm going on 16 weeks, 100% virtual. So everything has been done on the computer. We're kind of unique and we use Microsoft Teams. So that was a brand new platform that I had to learn, as well as obviously Microsoft, not Google. We use Seesaw for students to submit their work. And shout out to Seesaw. It's amazing. I don't know how I would survive without Seesaw. So it's been a journey, but like I always say, it's my kids that show up every day with a smile on their face. I've had really good attendance through this, and we're on live from 9 a.m. till 2:30 with only a half-hour lunch break. So, and I know you're in a little bit different of a situation, so go ahead and.
Yeah. So we started the year virtual, and then we went hybrid. So with hybrid, I was in person, really small class sizes, everything was 6 feet apart. And I loved being in person, but for me, it was such a challenge because I'm not used to teaching traditionally. I'm very hands-on, out of your seats, group work. So for me, it was a huge adjustment because I wasn't used to it, where, in all honesty, it was almost a little bit easier for me to be virtual than it was for me to be in person. It was constantly a battle, oh my gosh, how can I engage my kids when I'm very limited?
Right.
And
how many kids did you have in your class?
I had,
what was the max number? How many?
I had 8 on each track. Yeah.
Okay.
So great small number. I had students from last year with me too. So I remember I literally one day I had to apologize to them and I said, I'm sorry. I know that you're not used to me teaching this way, but COVID. And they just looked at me kind of like, Miss Kotsiovis, we know, and I do remember there was one day where I just broke down and I was crying because it is so hard not teaching the way that you're used to.
Yeah.
And because in the past we did work together and we did a lot of stuff collaboratively. Wow, can't speak.
See, English is hard.
It really
Okay.
is. um, so like I just felt like I was constantly fighting with myself because
Yeah.
I can't give kids worksheets all the time. Like
Right.
that's
Right.
not me. And that's now even now
Yeah.
like being virtual again, I'm finding ways to like engage the kid. Oh yeah, so now we are virtual again. So I'm finding ways to engage them, but it's still hard because like I want
Yeah.
them to
Yeah.
get up and work together and
Right.
I'm
Right.
limited.
And I feel that you did, well, one, going back to what you said, you just have to remember, like all of us educators, that it's not a normal year.
Right.
And, kids they're still going to make gains and still going to learn. It's just, at a slower pace than what it was. But like I said, they show up and smile every day.
Mm-hmm.
And the students are the real MVPs in this
Oh,
whole
100%.
situation. And
And
the parents,
yes,
I,
and
I couldn't do it without the parents and their
and
support.
it's kind of like you think about everything going on in general, and like these kids are missing like
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say it. Like the building of the relationships in the
Yeah.
classroom and like yeah, they're all on, Meets or Zoom or whatever platform you
Right.
use and it's so good to see them, but like your heart breaks for them too.
And that's why, like, as a teacher, you want to try and teach them all you can, or, oh my God, I got to get to this math lesson and this reading assessment. But then when they just start talking and having normal conversations, you got to like take a step back and be okay with that and
Mhm.
take a break because they want to talk about Among Us or their Elf on the Shelf or whatever it may be. And,
And
it's
I feel like that's what
changing
I've been
your
trying to do
mindset.
lately, like giving
Yeah.
them like 5-10 minutes to just talk to each
Yeah.
other because
Right.
that's what they're
Right.
missing, like
That is. Yeah.
school is
Yeah.
so much more than just academics,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
SEL is huge. And I feel like right now more than ever, those kids need that social, emotional connection with
Absolutely.
each other.
Absolutely.
And I mean,
Absolutely.
even us, like,
Right.
I
Right.
feel like I'm going crazy.
Thank goodness for technology, huh?
Literally, and obviously the kids don't really, like especially the younger ones, it's not like they can be like, hey, let's do a Zoom call
Yeah.
8 p.m. on Thursday. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. I mean, I don't think I've seen you since your birthday in May, and that was just a drive by in your parade. Like,
But we did get together in over the summer. We went for breakfast.
oh, we did.
Yes.
I did forget it. And my husband joined. That's
Yes,
right.
I
See,
saw you. But it's been a
that's
while and
right.
we usually see each other way more,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Well,
It's it's been weird.
it
Um
is.
Now, compared to teaching in March with, you know, the whole world kind of didn't know how to navigate e-learning. How much has it changed for you from March to now, like requirements wise and everything?
Well, we found out that 13th in March, just like
Hmm.
probably everybody else, that we weren't going back. We thought it would, I was one of them. I thought, oh, 2 weeks we'll be back. Like, okay. And then we found out like it wasn't for 2 weeks. So that Monday, I think it was the 16th, we made choice boards for the kids. And
Hmm.
looking back now, I mean, you could, that was it. That was all the requirements, is that students had choice boards, and there was like a math activity for the day, a reading activity, but we weren't allowed to teach anything new. It
Hmm.
all had to be a review from whatever grade level the student was in.
Right.
And then teachers could meet with their students on Zoom. We didn't have a Google platform or Microsoft platform at the time, or Seesaw. So I did a lot through like Zoom and tried to do one meeting of math, one meeting of reading, and then like a fun Friday,
Hmm.
and that was just hopping on for like 20, 30 minutes at a time. So, and then over the summer I did like a book club with a couple kids, and now it's just, it's really, it is a lot. Like, it is actual school,
Hmm.
even though you're on a computer. Like, we have a schedule. Every Wednesday we do Mystery Doug in the morning, and Tuesdays we have class meetings, and after lunch we do math for an hour. So it's a lot more in depth, and we're learning new stuff and going with all the third grade standards. So
And
yeah.
do you feel that now you're doing even more work than you would have if you were teaching in person?
Yes, it's just a lot more work because instead of printing out the worksheet or whatever it may be, you have to convert it digitally. And because Microsoft and Seesaw are so underused, well, one's underused, one's underrated,
Mm-hmm.
that I find myself taking a lot of either making something, purchasing something, and having it to convert it.
Right.
It's just not all there. I mean, Seesaw does have some free lessons, but if you want like a destination celebration or holidays around the world, that's hard to come by. So you got to do a lot of making.
Yeah.
How about you? I mean, I know that your TPT store has blown up making these amazing, cute products that we all have used.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like with COVID, I find joy in making products that are like aesthetically, wow, I cannot speak today. Like aesthetically pleasing to
You
me.
said it right, aesthetically.
Yeah, but it took me 4 times.
Right.
So like that gives me joy and like makes me happy and kind of like helps not give me anxiety since we know that
Yeah.
I do have anxiety. Um, so that's kind of like what helps calm me. And then like creating lessons for the kids, I feel like I don't go overboard, but I want to make sure that I'm very detailed in my lessons, and it just takes me forever. And then I get frustrated that it's taking me so long.
Well, you also are really good about like thinking out any problem that could occur. So you're kind of always, I feel, when you plan and make your stuff 10 steps ahead
Yeah.
than like
And I
someone who
feel,
doesn't really create.
but I feel like it kind of, it takes so much more time. Like,
Yeah.
I know this has happened before and it's happened to me, but like, you'll post something and then realize that like you didn't make a cut. So now I'm
Right.
constantly like in my head, is this right? Like making sure everything works in advance just to like
Right.
prevent those hiccups. But
Right.
then I added stress onto myself and,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. You got to find a way just to keep yourself organized too, doing
Mhm.
this with all the more work. I mean, we were able to go. So not only am I virtual, I'm also virtually from home too.
Same.
So beforehand, we were going into the classroom, but our cases started to rise. So now we're also work from home virtually. And
Mhm.
I've taken over our office, and, I brought home like my bins I had in my class,
Yeah.
and any tools or anything that I've used. So it's crazy.
I brought a bunch of my stuff home, but now I realized that I'd taken over 2 areas because obviously, like, I was in the classroom for 8 years, between kindergarten, third, and fourth. So I had
Yeah.
so much stuff that when I moved into the role as an ELL teacher, I was going to be like, kind of like in an office.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought a lot of that stuff home. And then now that I'm teaching virtually again, I brought even more stuff home. So it's kind of like I took over the office and then I took over the basement. So now I need a happy medium. So I need to like reorganize, and I'm like obsessed with the home edits and I just like want all the things.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh.
like where we're at.
So, well, we talked a little bit about SDL and like student engagement. Are you doing anything what's your tip and trick and secret to the student engagement that you found this year?
So for me, and for those of you that do follow my TPT store, I do like the virtual morning meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And like the kids pick a number and then there's like an activity for the day or a share out or a scavenger hunt. And all those things kind of like help me get to know the kids. Like the scavenger hunt, like they usually want to share something that's like meaningful to them. So I got to learn more about the students. And I just like love the virtual morning meeting because it's like the one time where it's not completely academic related and the kids get to like learn about each other. So I make one every month and they are on TPT. One of the months is actually for free, but I mean, that month passed. So who's ever watching this, sorry, but maybe for next year.
Do you have all, so you said that you had like 8 kids on one track, 8 kids on the other. Are both your tracks combined or is it still split?
Oh, so now that I am not in person, I service my entire caseload of kindergarten and first graders. So I'm
Are
actually
they
seeing,
together then in one, like, so you have like a split then?
yes, but now that we're virtual, I meet with 6 groups a day.
Okay.
So I roughly see, I want to say it's 30, like 36 kids a day, maybe 38.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Wow.
yeah. So it's different because when I was in person, I was seeing 16 kids
So you
and
like
planning
double
for
because you're
them.
virtual.
And then for the virtual kids, I just posted like little assignments because I didn't want to overwhelm them,
Right,
by
right.
like posting more assignments. So now things are a little bit different. I got a chance to like meet all the kids and like learn more about them because a lot of them were virtual. So I mean,
Yeah,
that's been nice, but I mean,
yeah.
one thing that I've been doing to kind of help engage the kids is play Kahoot. And because
Hmm.
they are younger, I don't assign it where they play individually. I project it and they tell me the answer. And
Yeah,
they really like it and get excited about it. But that's like one
that's
thing
good.
I've been doing. What about you?
That's good. Well, we have every month, except we haven't had. I don't think we're gonna have one this month. We have packet pickup, and at the last packet pickup, they would get like they get paper stuff because some kids do like paper, so we try
Mhm.
and do some things on paper. But at the last one, I did give them a little paper, but I said I'm gonna give them a science arts and crafts bag that we're gonna do together. So every week I try and make it a habit where they're doing like some sort of, I actually have it since I'm in my office or my
Ooh,
classroom.
Garrett.
So like I gave them all the same
So
stuff in their
cute.
pipe cleaners. Like we did catapults for them. So there's like the pumpkins in there that they can shoot. We did like parachutes. So there's a different project that led us all the way up until winter break. And we just like, it was our school's doing a theme a day. It's like called the December to Remember. It's really cute. And
Oh,
on
I like
Friday it was
that.
Jingle Bell Day. So we made like reindeer antlers with little
Oh,
jingle
cute.
bells. Just stuff like that I take an hour out of the week where 1/2 hour is just like arts and crafts time, whether they're drawing or we're painting.
Mhm.
And then the other time is where they're building something with their bag. I also, because I was so excited to work from home, I did a cooking class one day and we made dirt cups. And
Oh, the
that was a huge,
best.
that was a huge hit. So,
I love the dirt cups.
yeah.
I always do them. This is obviously like the first year that I didn't.
Yeah. I mean,
Sad.
I don't know. Trying to think like any websites. I've used Kahoot. I know I'm going to say it wrong. So it's the Quizzies.
I think you said it
That's
right.
a good one huh?
I think you said it right.
I don't know if that's how I say it. That's one that our class really likes to use. So,
It'll
and
be
a
good.
Nearpod has become my best friend this year too. So that's a good
Oh, see,
website.
I've been using Flipgrid.
I haven't used, I tried it, but we haven't really gotten onto it.
Yeah.
There's always the rest of the year. So try all these websites.
Fingers crossed. We go
Yeah,
back in person one day and
I
COVID
know.
ends and
I know. I know. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I hope one day we go back and we can do these hands-on things with them and go back to our crazy ways of teaching that you and I do. So,
dressing up and
that's
the good
right. I
old
know.
days.
How do you do a transformation, digitally?
I know. I think you need like a virtual classroom, but or
Yeah.
like dress up or I don't
Yeah.
know.
Maybe like change the green screen or something like
Yeah.
behind you. I don't know.
Maybe that'll be the next thing I try to discover, how to do a classroom
See?
transformation virtually.
You just got to keep it. It's all about this year is your first year teacher, everybody reinventing that wheel.
This is harder than my first year teaching. My first year teaching seems like a breeze compared to this.
Yeah. So, well, it was great chatting with you and getting caught up.
It was so great. Everyone, you can tune into our next episode, which we don't know when we're going to film, but stay on the lookout.
It won't be another 5 months. We won't keep you
No.
waiting that long.
Yeah, no, because I'm sure after the holidays, we will have more to share with you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thanks for tuning in to another
Thank you.
episode of
Happy holidays.
Get
Bye.
Schooled.
Yeah,
Bye.
get schooled.